Hi crafters, it's Hannah here. These are the cards that I'm going to be showing you how to make today. We're going to be doing a one sheet wonder, which is all of these cards will be made with one sheet basically. So I'm going to show you firstly how to do all the stamping, and then how to cut up the card for all of these. How many? 8 cards. We're going to be using the Grateful Bunch stamp set, so let's get started. So to start this off, I'm just opening up my inks, and I've got Rich Razzleberry, Sweet Sugarplum. Let me zoom out a little bit. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Rich Razzleberry, Sweet Sugarplum, Perfect Plum, and Cucumber Crush. And I've got a full sheet of A4 Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to start with the largest flower in the Grateful Bunch stamp set, and I'm going to start with the darkest colour, which will be the Rich Razzleberry, and I'm just going to randomly start stamping all over this piece of A4. Doesn't have to be in any particular pattern. The only thing I do try to do is have some going off the page and some fully on the page. That's about it. And do I want one there? Yeah, I'll put one big one there. Okay, next we're going to go for Sweet Sugarplum, and this is the trio of flowers that coordinate with the punch, and we're just going to go around the big flower, and I'm just turning the stamp as I go around so it's not in the same direction every time. I'm just trying to fill up the paper, and let's flip it around and just keep going until you're happy with all of your stamping. And that way around there. And next I'm going to go with the Cucumber Crush to add some of the leaves, and again just filling in some of those spaces. And you can do this with any stamp set, any colours. One sheet wonder is a great way to practice or test out colour combinations. I've been trying to do a one sheet wonder for ages, and for some reason I just could not get my head around the numbers for it. I don't know why, but I think I've finally got it sussed. We'll see if it works. Okay, then I'm going to take the butterfly and just fill in any gaps with Perfect Plum. Yeah, I like how that looks. You want to try and make sure you don't really have any white bits, so you can always go back, and it's fine if things overlap as well. That's all good. In fact, it kind of adds to the look if things do overlap a little bit. I'm just filling up the space. Kind of simple really. It's the numbers bit that got me I'm not very good with numbers, so it took me a while. Even when I was trying to do other one sheet wonders that other people had worked out, I just couldn't get it. Whoops. Any more? Put one there. It might look a lot now, but once you cut it all up, it's not as busy. Just turning the stamp. Every time, really. I'm just going to keep stamp a few stamped off. As well. And a few even lighter, just to make sure there are no big gaps. Because once you cut it all up, you don't want a weird little bit that's kind of empty. Okay, right, that is done. I'm going to close these up. Yeah, I'm done. I'm stopping now. I think I could have done some more green, but hey, it's done. And we're going to use these inks afterwards, so just putting them to the side. Move my grid paper out of the way and get my trimmer. Now hopefully I'm going to do this right the first time and we won't have to start over. So first things first is we're going to cut it. I'm going to do this slowly because I'm checking my notes and I want to make sure I'm getting this right. So we're going to cut it in half at 5.5. Okay. So this bit just popped to the side. Then we're going to turn this and take, actually turn it that way, and take 3 3/4 off the bottom, like so, and then take 3.5 off, like so, and move that little piece. Now this one, you're going to turn it back that way and cut it down to 5 1/4. And this tiny little bit, keep that as well because we're going to use every single bit. Okay, this half that we cut off, we are going to take 2 inches off the bottom. And then this we're going to cut down into 2-inch squares. One, another one, and another one. And this little bit, keep it, because we will be using it. And then, where are we? Okay, we're going to take 4 inches off the top. Yeah. 4 inches off the top, and that'll leave you with that piece. And then this one, you're going to cut it down to 6. It's just over 6. You're going to cut it down to 6 and then cut it down again to 5 3/4. And then this one you're going to cut in half diagonally. Now if that was as clear as mud, don't worry, I will have a chart on the blog post and there'll be a link in the description that you can follow. So that's all I put in. I'm going to bring all the pieces in and put it all back together so you can see what we have cut. And this was there, so it's not actually that much cutting really. And this was there, and then that is there. So can you see it all? Yeah, I think so. So those are all the pieces that we've cut. So we cut it in 5.5, and you know what, I'm not going to go over it, I'm just going to leave the chart because I'll just get myself confused. So this is everything that we need now. Basically we just need to get some card bases and get making. Some of them are extremely straightforward. I'm just going to slide those up. So I've got my card bases here on the side already. Most of them are just Whisper White card bases, just very simple. We put these, I'm just gonna, 1 second. Okay, so I was just putting the card bases in the order that we cut them. So first one is this one? Yeah. We've got Rich Razzleberry for our card base. I'm just going to fold that in half and give that a crease. And this was the first one that we cut, so we're just going to stick that down. And I wanted to use just one stamp set, so everything for all of the cards is just one single stamp set, which I thought is useful if you don't have many stamp sets yet. So I'm just going to take some Rich Razzleberry ink, and the sentiment, you are loved a lot. Just clean that off a bit. I'm just stamping that just on a scrap piece of Whisper White. And yeah, Rich Razzleberry. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut that out just with my snips. Doesn't have to be perfect because that is so not straight. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a 2-inch circle punch, which I put away, and just stamp punch even 2-inch circle, and this is just going to go in the middle of the circle. Oops, that's not straight either. Oh well. And then that is going to go on the front, and that is card number 1 done. Okay, card number 2, we need a Whisper White card base, and we've got a piece of Rich Razzleberry. It's just a mat to fit. That will go on there, and then the second piece that we cut is just going to go on there. So we're just simply layering this one up. That one on there. And I think, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do when I did it. Yeah, I'm going to put it all the way to the top of the Rich Razzleberry piece. I didn't when I practiced it, because this one I did have to practice. to make sure I got all my numbers right. But I think it will look better. And all the way to the top of the card. Yeah, I like that better. And all I did for this one was stamp another butterfly. So let me just get a scrap, and I will do it in basic black just so it stands out from the other butterflies. And then I'm going to cut that out. And that is card number 2 done already. So I'm just quickly cutting this out. There isn't a punch for this butterfly, but it's that small. It hardly takes a minute anyway. So, done. And that I'm going to just pop up with a dimensional. And that is card number 2. I'm just going to place him down there. So, card number 2 done. Right, card number 3. Which one? We need a... Whoop. This is, you'll see a pattern going on here, a Whisper White base, and then a Rich Razzleberry matte piece. The measurements for these will be on my blog as usual. I'm not going to try and do all of that now as well. So this is the skinny little piece that's going to go on there, and we need to do some stamping for this one. And I'm going to stamp "You Are Totally Awesome." Again, all of these are from the same stamp set, the Grateful Bunch. Whoops. And again, in Rich Razzleberry. Okay. Let's cut that out, and again just using my snips, go that side first. I'm going this side first because these letters are actually straight, whereas the ones there are a little bit crooked. Well, not crooked, but oh, I didn't mean to do that. I need to cut that. I'm going to stamp that again because I need a little bit of an edge. That's me talking. Need, because we're going to tuck this underneath this strip, I need a bit of a longer edge, so let's do that again. Yep, that's better. Just trim that up a little, and just a banner end on this end, so you cut up from the middle and then in from either side. I'm sure you've seen me do that plenty of times. Right, so we need some of the thick baker's twine, which I think this colour is, I think it's Perfect Plum. So I've taken it out the packaging and I didn't make a note of what it is, so I'm going to say it's Perfect Plum. I'm just putting some fassies on the back. I'm just wrapping this around, sticking in that fuse. And to save, because you could just wrap it round and round, but to save a little bit of twine, because you might not have much, we're just gonna do that. So instead of wrapping it around twice, I just thought that was, whoops, a better way of doing it, so you're a little bit more frugal. I'm getting mixed up now. I'm going to stick this onto here. You can decide how far up or how far down you want it. I think I'm going to go with it about there, and then this is going to go onto this piece, and it's a smidge long, so you can just, whoops, oh no, no, you can just trim it off, top and the bottom, and then dimensionals. And one in the middle, and that's card number 3 nearly done. I'm just going to add one more little thing, and I'm going to put it all the way over. Oops, like that, and just grab another little piece of the twine and just tie a bow. So tie a knot first, and then just tie a little bow. See if I can do this first time. Yay! Yeah, I like that. On the one that I practiced with, I used the stitched ribbon, but I think this sits a little bit better. Just trim off the ends, and that is card number 3 done. On to card number 4, and for that one we have a, you guessed it, Whisper White card base, and for this one we're going to use one of our diagonal pieces, and then we've got a strip of, I should know this, rich razzleberry. So for this one you're going to stick it down, but not directly into the corner like that. You're going to bring it in just slightly, but first I'm just going to ink the edge of it in Sweet Sugarplum. So just taking a sponge and I'm just lightly inking the edge, just so when you place it next to the white you've got a bit of a border. Okay, let's put that there, so you can see a little bit better now, and I'm going to use some Tombow. Okay, and you've got a little bit of wiggle room with the Tombow, so you can get it straight and in that corner how you like. Okay, and then you're going to take your strip of rich razzleberry and you're going to stick it across the middle of the card, but just making sure, actually I'll keep it close to show you, to avoid going over that fold line. So you're just going to go up to that fold. So I'm just going to put some fuse on the back. I'm putting it on this and not on the card just because it seemed a little bit easier. Have I done enough? No, a smidge more. Okay. You're just going to go up to that fold line and line it up. And this one you can go over the corner. You're covering up the whole corner basically, if that makes sense. So This side you've just gone up to that score line, but that side it doesn't really matter where it ends up. And then you're just going to trim off the excess from the back. It's easiest to trim it off from the back as well, so you can see what you're doing. And this side. And then this little bit. And then just some stamping on the front. I'm going to stamp. For this one I need a longer block. We're going to stamp the You Are Totally Awesome and the And I'm Totally Grateful together. So I'm just lining it up. So I need the You Are Totally Awesome and the second one just a little bit lower. So you've got You Are Totally Awesome and I'm Totally Grateful, and that's gonna go there. I'll just ink that up. And that's card number, what are we on? Number 4. Done. Ta-da! Okay. Card number 5. Card number 5 is, as you guessed it, a Whisper White card base and a piece of, why can I not remember? Rich Razzleberry. Come on, Hannah. And, oh, 1 second. I don't know if you heard that, but someone was just calling me. So, card number 5. We've got our Whisper White card base and our matte piece. For this one, we're going to tear off the corner, like so, and then tear off the edge all the way along. Okay, and then stick that down. So this corner piece is going right up to the corner. Like that. And then this piece is sort of about halfway, sort of lining up where you've ripped it, roughly. It doesn't have to be exact. So about like that, I think. Yeah. And then just flip it over to trim off. Where's my snips gone? To trim off the extra bits. And then we're going to stamp the You're Totally Awesome just on its own this time in Rich Razzleberry. Just anywhere, because we're going to rip this too. Oops, try not to rip the word in half. It's always good if your whole word is on there. Okay, that we're going to pop up with dimensionals, and my whatchamacallit, memory card is full, so I'm going to do this one. I'll finish it off. 1 second. Right, so I had to change memory cards and I'm not sure where I got up to. So I've stamped the You Are Totally Awesome, ripped it out, popped it up on some dimensionals. So now we can put this on our card base, and again we're going to pop it up with dimensionals. So we're nearly there, we're nearly done. This is so quick. This is card number 5. Okay, and that's done. Right, card number 6. We need a card base and this piece. So this was from the second half of the A4 sheet. We cut the strip off the bottom, cut those into squares, and we had that piece at the top. So I'm just going to fold this in half, and I need, that's not enough, I need to cut another, oh no, I've got it here. I've just got 2 strips of Witch Razzleberry, and they are 1 inch wide, yeah, about 1 inch. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick one down nearly at the top, and then another one about halfway, and then this is just going to go on the top. So again, if you don't have much supplies, you can kind of mat and layer without completely matting the whole piece of card. So this is going to go about there, roughly. And then this one I want a bit of a thicker border at the bottom, so I think what I did the last time, I buttered it up and then sort of roughly did that, but whatever really, whatever distance you want it, it's fine. So just measuring up roughly just to make sure it's wide enough. Yep, and that's going to go there. And then this piece will go over the top. And I'm going to use fast fuse because we've got a bit of a dip in the middle. I think that'll stick extra well, I think, in that middle bit. That way up. Yeah, and just give it a good press in that middle bit, and then trim off the excess. And then we're going to do just a little bit of stamping on this one. We're going to use, still from the Grateful Bunch stamp set, but this edge piece, which I love. I think it's beautiful. So I'm gonna get my PS mat, just because when I stamped this yesterday, I don't know if it's because it was the colour ink that I tried it in, I didn't get the much detail, it kind of just splodged a little bit. So I'm gonna try it with the PS mat and a different colour and see how we get on. I don't know if I just inked it up too much. I'm just going to go roughly in the middle and try and get as close to that piece of card there as I can. Oh, I see, that's much better. Yeah. I don't know if it's the ink or if it was just me not stamping good yesterday. And then drawing it up. And it doesn't matter if it overlaps, in fact I think it looks a bit better if it does. And that side. Ta-da! And that's card number 6 done. Quick, quick, quick. Okay. And number 7, let me just move some of these bits. card number 7, as you guessed, Whisper White card base. We're going to use the little squares, and they were 2-inch squares, so we need a mat to go underneath, and I want just a little mat. So I've got some squares here, but they're too big, so I'm going to cut them down. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything. Okay, I'm just going to cut these squares down to, what do I want them to? Those are 2 inches big. I want these to be 2 1/4. Is that right? They are 2 inches, aren't they? Yeah, 2 1/4. That seems like an awful lot. Let's see. 2 1/4. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. 2 1/4. Awesome. I'm just cutting these down to 2 1/4. That one. One more. 2 1/4. Put that away. And these can get stuck down. So just sticking each one to a square. And again, this is where the Tombow is useful, because you can wiggle it around to make sure it's central. You can just chuck it on and it pretty much comes out perfect every time. So, last one. There. Now, on our base, 2 of them are going to stick down flat, and then one with some dimensionals. And I think I want this one popped up and these 2 flat. I think. Yeah. So this one first. And you're going to just try and level it up into that corner so it's level top and bottom. Top and bottom, top and side even. And then this one down the bottom, whoops, equidistance side and bottom. And just lined up with that one there. And then this one with dimensionals on the side. Whoops. Which way? No, I think that way looked better. And that's just central. And there you go. And that's card number 7. Done. And we're on to our last card now. Now for this one, this is one of the note cards that Stampin' Up sell. You get, I want to say 40 in a pack with envelopes as well. I think it's 40. I will check and put it in the information, but I'm pretty sure it's 40. So remember all those little pieces that we cut? I think I'm missing one. This one, I should have had another one somewhere. No? Well, I cut something different today. Oh well. Anyway, we're going to stamp the, where's it gone? The You Are Totally Awesome and I'm Grateful in Rich Razzleberry. So I want this one first in the top left, and then this one is going to go, oops, bottom right, roughly, eek, about there. Yep. And then these little strips, which I'm sure I should have another one. I feel like I've lost one. Check on the floor, because I usually throw bits on the floor. No, let me just pause the video, because I'm sure I should have another one. Hang on. No, I couldn't find it. I don't know how I've managed to cut it exactly the same as yesterday, and I'm missing a piece. But hey, I have got all of these bits. So basically with these last little strips, we're just going to place them, open this so it sits flat, we're just going to place them around the words, just anywhere really. And I know you might think these are really tiny little pieces, but it saves throwing them away and using up every last little bit, which I like. And what I might do, because I've still got some of these, pop a couple of these in place of that one that's just gone missing. So just play around with the arrangement until you're happy. I think I like that. Maybe a thinner one up the top. Yeah, I think I like that. Yep, I'm happy with that. And then use your, I'm going to use Tombow or your fine tip glue pen for these skinny pieces. You don't need a lot of Tombow anyway, so and just stick them all down. So this is our last one now. So that's my first one sheet wonder. Yay! And it worked. So that's how you can make 8 cards from just one A4 piece all stamped up. Now I'm going to try and do a 12 by 12 one, so that you can use either 12 by 12 that you've stamped up or the designer series paper, because that comes in 12 by 12. And I've got another idea for the 6 by 6 paper stacks, to use up one whole stack at once on like a stack of cards basically. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do that. My battery is dying, so I'm just going to quickly... Okay, back again after my camera died. I will get this video finished today. So, just sticking these bits down. This is the last bit on the last card. So, like I said, all of the dimensions and all of the details for all of these will be over on my blog, so follow the link in the description. And while you're over there, if you need to get any of the supplies to make your own one sheet wonder, you can do that also. So let's get in our 8 cards. See if I can get them all in this shot. I don't know if I can. Can you see them all? There's just so many of them. Let's try and zoom out a smidge. There you go. You can see a bit of my tripod, but yeah. So those are all 8 cards. That's just awesome. I think out of one lot of stamping, one sheet of A4 stamping, and I will show you very quickly. I did them in another colour yesterday. So for these ones I used Real Red, Melon Mambo and Rose Red, I think. So those are the ones I did yesterday. I don't know which one I like better, which set of colours. I think I like them all. I've done them slightly, only a couple of little differences. I just inked up one of them, and this one I did them all in Which Razzleberry, whereas this one I did Melon Mambo card, and all the rest were the Real Red. So I think I will do some other colours, most definitely. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do some other sheets of the stamping so you can see some other colour combinations. Might not necessarily make all of the cards up, but you'll get to see some other colours that will work well together. So I hope you give this one sheet wonder a try. Let me know if you do in the comments, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see me make, just let me know. As I said, all the details will be over on my blog, so please go and have a look. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.